Your next comedian. He is a champion in the dangerous world of underground rickshaw racing. Please welcome Danny Yang.
Hey guys, what's up? Hey, you know what? I just hate talking to strangers, man. Yeah, I wanted to let you know that because, you know, when you think about it, if God wanted me to talk to people, he wouldn't have made me Asian, right? I mean, what kind of God would do this to me? You know, is it like a Morgan Freeman type God? You know, well, there are times that I wonder if this little boy does not talk enough. Why don't we just make him Asian? Boop. So it's like one of those things, right? You know what freaks me out, though? I was looking in the news. What really freaks me out, self-driving cars, right? Self-driving cars. All right. Freaks me out. Scared for the kids, right? They're going to get hurt. Not the kids who are playing in traffic. They're fine, right? It's the kids that are sitting in the back of the minivan, right? I'm not touching you, Mom. I'm not touching you. Keep your fingers, keep your eyes on the road. I'm not touching you. Well, son, I got something to tell you. This is a self-driving car, so I'm touching you. I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. That's my childhood. So you know, there's a lot of weird things going on. One of them is the election. All right, election always it's weird, right? The whole process of voting is just bizarre, right? I mean, you think about it. You used to go behind a curtain, and you had some privacy. Now you got these like ATM cards, right? And then you got to use this touchpad. Okay, let me ask you guys something. When did voting for a person that's going to represent this country end up like ordering your food at Chili's, right? You know, I mean, like, sir, are you having a problem with that? Do you not have the representative that you want? Dude, I'm just looking for the baby back ribs. And let me tell you, man, if you're a Democrat, I guess you're singing this tune, right? I want my Beto back, Beto back, Beto back. I want my Beto back, Beto back, Beto back. You know, one of those things. If you guys know me, you know I hate stereotypes, man. I freaking hate them, man. I had a friend from up north, from New York originally, and he's a black friend. His name's Robert. He wanted to come down here, check it out, because we both liked Westerns as a kid. So he comes down here. We go to this like nice little fair in West Texas. It's great. We're having fun. And then you know, I'm standing by his car, Robert's car, and he doesn't know where he's at. So I'm like, "Yo, Rob, come on over here. Your car's here." And he's looking around, and I'm like, Rob, and he's looking around. I'm like, "No, you, Rob, car, you, Rob, car." I didn't know what I was doing. You know, I had no idea, you know, how many people in Texas had guns, man. You know, massive cocking of guns. It sounded like, you know, I was at a military funeral. You know, and it wasn't like it was a stereotype. It wasn't like I was saying, you rob car, you know. But, you know, so we had to hightail it out of there, right? So we're getting in the car, and we're almost out of town, and a freaking trooper stops us, man. Trooper stops us. All right, I'm driving the car. He looks in. He has his Stetson on. He's like, hey, I'm going to have to arrest you guys for being intoxicated under the influence. I'm like, dude, why, man? I'm driving my friend's car. He looks at me and my friend. He's like, hey, all right, this is your friend's car, and he's letting an Asian drive? You two are. There's got to be some drugs here somewhere. You know, a little thing I want to tell you guys about me. Oh, thank you for laughing at my misery. I enjoy that. You know, so I went to college in the Midwest, right outside of Detroit, and let me tell you guys, man. Yeah, it's interesting because, like, let me tell you, you know, unemployed auto workers and a guy who they think is Japanese don't really mix that well. You know? My parents are like, you're going to school. You should be going to school to get smarter, dude. But But the thing that happened is, man, there used to be a lot of them, and a lot of these unemployed guys, so they used to hang around the block. So one of them, I call him Angry Bob, all right? So every time I drive by, he'd do something like this. He'd be like, why don't you go back where you came from? Why don't you go back where you came from? Look at us. Why don't you go back? And it really started bothering me, man. Like, why didn't I go back where I came from? Because I can't. My parents wouldn't stand for it. I mean, I'm too big. There's no way I could fit back in my mom. All right? And if you think about my dad's like, no, you stay there. You're not going back where you came from. Much too small. So the thing is, things between me and Angry Bob didn't end good. Okay. One time he was watching me back out of the driveway, and he was just like, "Hey, dude, you can't drive. Asians can't drive." And I was like, crap. Because right as he said that, I got in an accident. It was so embarrassing, man. I'm like knocking over people's like fences, and I'm freaking out. I'm knocking over signs, and I'm just like, I'm almost crying. And I'm like, I gotta get out of here. So I hit the accelerator, buzz out of there, man. And then, dude, it was awesome because, I kept hearing in the back of my mind, man, you can't drive. See, I told you can't drive. I'm like, all right, dude, all right. I can't drive, man. I believe you. I can't drive. Now, would you get the hell off the grill of my car? I'm sorry I hate you. All right, so, well, let me tell you guys one thing. I think the English language itself might be a little racist, okay? All right, because of the words like, there's a word, chink, You look it up in the Webster's, it doesn't have like a picture of me, That would be fat chink. But let me tell you, man. Let me tell you, the word chink means crack, all right? They use it like in old King Arthur type things, like a chink in the armor. Think about it, a chink in the armor kind of limits my cosplay at Ren Fair, right? Hey, look at that chink in the armor. I don't know what the hell they're doing. And I always wanted to go to medieval times, right? So how would that work out? Ladies and gentlemen, he is Sir Donny, our savior, the valiant man, otherwise known as the chink in the armor. Huzzah! Yeah, thanks, guys. Huzzah! But I'm gonna leave you guys with this, man. I had a friend. His name is Paul. Back when I was a kid, he didn't speak any English, so I took it upon myself. He was my neighbor. We were kids. I wanted him to have a good future, live the American dream, right? So I taught him English. So he learned English, and then I left. I came back to the town, and then one day somebody grabs me and goes, "You better give up that money, homie." I turn around. This is true. I turn around. It's Paul, the kid I taught English. So this is why English is racist, man. All right? Because he knew English. I taught him, he knew English for 2 years. And already he couldn't tell other Asians apart, All right, guys. Thank you very much. I'm going to get ready to introduce our next comic. All right? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.